Hello, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, guys.
It is
Morning.
finally Saturday, and we are back in full force. Jesse, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing good.
You
I've been
sound a
eating my
lot
Wheaties.
better.
Yeah.
You
More
say you
pumped up.
ate your Wheaties?
Yeah, eat my Wheaties, drinking my orange juice, all that good stuff.
I mean, you even look great. Like color wise, you're normal, Jesse. You're not like
Yeah,
deep-
well,
deep red or anything.
the magic of lighting. Yeah.
Yes, Ralph or MG. Yeah, you got 15 minutes of the intro. Yes, you could brew an entire pot of coffee.
Well, at least if you use
Definitely.
the Keurig machine, you can brew. You can brew during that intro for sure.
Now, do you have a Keurig, Zod?
Huh?
Do you have a Keurig?
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty fast, though, right? I mean,
hot
what do you got?
chocolate,
Like a minute or two?
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
minutes.
as long as you have it turned on, I think it has to warm up to a certain degree, and then
it doesn't warm up, and then you hit whatever a button of whatever size you want, and you're good to go.
Yep.
Not much of a coffee drinker, but we do have a Keurig here.
What about your wife? Does she drink coffee?
Oh, yeah.
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 4
Like it's
a.m. in
water.
Hawaii. So
So she's drinking the coffee, and you're drinking the energy drink.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm getting my caffeine. I mean, definitely getting the caffeine.
Johnny
Probably
Blaze
worse.
travels all the time.
You should literally buy stock at Monster. at this
I know,
point. mean,
I
my
know.
God, dude.
Dude,
You know,
I used to save money. I would buy them from Amazon in bulk, but then having too many of them here
only
is a bad
problem with-
thing.
The problem with the Keurig, though, is that it never gets it really, really hot. It's just like drinkable hot, Like I like it scalding hot.
Oh, I was to say, isn't that good though? You could pick it right up and start drinking it. But
No,
if
I
you
like it scalding.
prefer it, yeah.
Yeah, like my room's cold and my coffee's scalding. Just like I like my women.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
So yeah, Phil, do you have the intravenous version? They just hook it directly into your veins.
That's next. That's
That'd
that's
be
after the two
awesome,
pots
actually.
start doing nothing. Then we're gonna have to go straight to the blood. So
Knott's Berry Farm cookies, huh? That sounds like that would go pretty
for a
well. with
second, I
coffee.
thought Ralphie was at Knott's Berry Farm.
Dude, I was talking to him like 2 hours ago. I swear
Wow.
this guy never sleeps. Yeah, he was watching that Saturday morning cartoon Max Out, whatever it is, and I just popped in around 8 when I got up, and he was already in there, and I'm sitting there
Wow.
doing the math. I'm like, it's 5 a.m.
What do you
He
have
said
playing
he's-
behind you? What do you have cartoons on the TV behind you?
I did for a second there, and now they turned off, and he ran upstairs. Yeah, I have an issue with Monster. Okay, I'm trying to get Saturday's morning stream sponsored by Monster. That's not working. Trying to get Friday
That'd be
night stream
great.
sponsored by Captain Morgan. That's not working either.
You should
MJ.
maybe you should reach out to Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Jack and Cokes are amazing. The ones that are pre-made in cans, like
Oh, yeah.
Coke,
Yeah.
those are incredible.
Yeah.
They're blended just right, like it's
Mm-mm.
perfect.
Yeah, Ralphie's he's a mod.
moderator. So he's
Yep.
Yeah, Ralphie.
He has an obligation
Yeah,
to be up.
who needs sleep, Ralphie? You can sleep when you're dead, bro.
That's what my father always said.
Everything's
Oh my
all
God, that
good.
was his line. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I think I would like your dad, Jesse.
Yeah, he was a cracker. Well, firecracker, I should say. Well, he was both. Oh man. Yeah, he was a comedian himself.
Morning, Toxin.
Hey, good morning, Tox.
Hey,
How's that killer instinct, bro?
We saw you were playing.
Yeah.
just threw on the old bathrobe and
Yeah.
Hey,
Roll out of
it's
bed.
the Saturday luck.
that's it.
It's awesome.
What? You can't drink energy drinks. The gut ache. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that's I wouldn't drink them either if that's what happened. It's like cousin Eddie with the plate in his head. Every time she uses the microwave, he pisses his pants and forgets who he is for half an hour. I mean, it must be.
It's just a Jersey thing.
Yep. It's hard to
So-
shake it.
I guess we can. We got. I don't want to say cut short last week because really the goal at the beginning was we were going to make this thing an hour. It just so happens that every single week it turns into a lot longer than that. But I don't think we really got into what we wanted to get into. So, and we were talking about the superhero themed video games from all the different systems. I mean, we didn't even touch on any of the arcade ones, and we didn't really touch on too many. Like,
there's
which
so many
games did
more on
we-
the systems, I think.
yeah, like we looked at a couple
Yeah.
of the Superman games, like Atari and in the NES, which are two atrocious games, and
I think all the Superman games were atrocious, weren't they? Really? For the most
yeah.
part. I mean, I remember playing on Xbox one
Morning,
too.
Julio.
Morning, Julio. Yeah, that's what I think. Phil, you had made that comment last week about the Xbox version, and it sounded a lot to me like the Nintendo 64 version, which
Mhm.
is
Hmm.
absolutely terrible in itself. And
Yeah, you just fly through the rings.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And you have
They're tough. They're-
you have
they're hard
timers
games.
when you're not flying through the rings, you have X amount of time to do like an impossible task or you fail, and if you don't, you got to restart everything all over again, which means flying through rings.
Well, it was groundbreaking at first because
I
that
mean-
3-dimensional flight, but then it kind of died off as soon as you
Did
started
not
playing the game. You got
Age
into it.
well.
Yeah, no.
Well, then maybe that's a good place to start. We were gonna pull up a good game first, but
I guess start with the bad and work our way to the good.
yeah, I got a couple bad ones, and this is probably one of the worst.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
That was just a tech demo for N64. It wasn't a real game.
This is the Nintendo 64 version, of course.
Yeah, just a tech demo.
But they all had that similar, power thing with the Superman. Like every Superman game had something like that for your life.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say? It was very hard to do a Superman game because, he's like indestructible except for kryptonite. So, what
Yeah.
kind of game are you going to make with him? But it's light years
Well,
away from.
Doomsday didn't need any kryptonite to kill him, so
Well, Doomsday technically was from Krypton, right? I mean, they were both
Right.
Krypton lab experiment. Am I?
you need your ad blocker there, Mike. I mean,
There's so many different variations of the Doomsday, but
yeah, that's true. He's from Krypton, but he's a monster from Krypton. But the thing is that
he could be a monster from another planet that just Krypton captured or did the experiment on too, right?
yeah, like you said, there's been a lot of variants of Doomsday over the decades since he killed Superman.
But in all fairness, Superman killed Doomsday at the same time.
Do you
Right,
remember
and
the
they both-
Atari 2600 Superman?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
we highlighted
light
that one
years.
last week.
Oh, did you?
Remember you
Yeah.
Kiss Lois Lane?
Yep.
On that, yeah.
Kiss Lois Lane, fly up. Kiss Lois Lane.
Yep.
Fly up.
I mean, when you came from that, I guess that those graphics were like next level.
No, it was a tech demo for N64.
That's yeah, and the thing about that game is that part with the rings is a large percentage of that game. It's not like it's if that was one stage that okay, so you just had to get that out of the way.
It's 90.
It would
It's like
be-
90%.
Wouldn't be so
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Every other level is that. You have to go back to that.
Yep.
You know what's a disappointment is the Incredible Hulk game for the Sega Genesis. Like the cover looks so good. It's like the X-Men for NES. And you play it, and then all of a sudden you go back to Bruce Banner. Like the game, it doesn't make much sense. They just need a game where the Hulk just destroys everything.
I think that was the only Hulk game, wasn't it?
There was one for Xbox.
That was in
too.
'96.
It was like I think linked with the movie, the first Hulk movie.
Oh,
Oh,
funny
there
that
was?
you guys say that too. I have a Hulk game here for the Super Nintendo. It kind of resembles the Superman beat 'em up that we looked at last week. I actually forgot that this even existed.
It's not. It's very forgettable, Mike. So nobody will blame you.
Yeah.
This Nintendo Complete. I was just watching something on him. He does a lot of games. This is just like the one for Sega.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Spanner.
I think it's the same game.
The 1970s soundtrack.
Yeah.
I wanted to like
So,
this one,
yeah.
and it's just
I remember renting this. So what
Maybe
happened?
70s.
He's
you're
not
right there.
angry
So
anymore?
you turn into Bruce Banner, so you can get into small
Altered.
spaces.
An altered beast ripoff.
Doesn't make much sense.
That's
No.
what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Altered Beast, basically.
What the hell is he crawling for?
You can't hurt anybody. Like when you're Bruce Banner, you're not going to be able to do anything. This
I mean, he looks pretty. He looks pretty.
Oh, he's got a
jacked,
gun.
to be
You have a
honest.
gun.
Okay, now he's the
you
Terminator.
got to fight Rhino.
Like, why are
with,
you fighting a boss, and not as Hulk?
Oh, you gotta get in. He's got to get angry first. You look like Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Now, which one is this again?
I mean-
Is this the Sega Saturn one?
And well, the Nintendo, but
this
it's
is
the
the
same
Super Nintendo.
same game.
Oh, the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Is that RoboCop?
Probably the same game. But that's cool because after the cutscenes are like a comic book.
Yeah, the cutscenes are so out of place with the gameplay, though. It's like the cutscenes actually look. I think the cutscenes actually look horrible compared to the gameplay. The gameplay looks better.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of do like
Yeah.
the music though.
1972.
See, the thing is, then you're fighting
Music from
Trojans. Like this.
1972.
It's like a 70s
I
porn.
know.
the-
All we need is the mustache, Jesse, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and a-
Mustache.
And a pizza delivery.
Extra
You wouldn't
pepper.
like me when I'm angry.
this is totally an Altered Beast ripoff.
It pretty much is, yeah. So
I guess it
that's
isn't
not
too
the
bad.
worst game.
No.
You know, it looks like it would probably get repetitive pretty quick. But yeah, Hulk. I mean, he fights with a guy. Like we were playing a Hulk game.
That'd
Why
be
the
a
hell
good-
do you
that'd
want
be
to
a
play as
good
Bruce
Marvel-
Banner?
That'd be a good Marvel movie title. Hulk has a gun. That would just be cool. Like they could do that, and they could make it really. They could make it really dystopian and noirish. Just make it really Hulk has a gun, and just have
No.
it be all like. You know,
Oh, yes.
I don't know if that was Data East. Something tells me that was LJN. I'm gonna.
I wouldn't
Look
be
that up right
surprised
now.
either way. Is it if it's from Data East? Is it on one of Data East's little Dollar Tree handhelds with the batteries?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm-
can't remember.
trying to. I can
I don't know
go
about
find it
LG.
on my shelf over there. But Probe Software, published by developed by Probe, published by US Gold, huh? I can't think of too
That
many.
should tell you everything right there, Mike.
I mean, it's not LJN.
I mean, it's Probe though. I mean, it's
Yeah,
if there's if there's anything worse than LJN, it's probably Probe.
but the music was good. The
Probe
animation was
software.
again, like with Superman, like how could you make a Hulk game and have it, since he's pretty much like impervious to damage and
I never understood why back in the 90s during the heyday when they were doing the those Marvel versus DC comic books. I don't understand why they didn't do a video game crossover. I think that would have sold well on,
Oh,
I
man.
think if
on like
Justice
Super
League-
Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Justice League Task Force would have done better, maybe because that was about the same time. That's
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah,
well,
remember in Justice League Task Force, Superman had that mullet.
I was just gonna say that.
Good morning,
yes.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike.
the whole mullet era. It's pretty much when Jerry Seinfeld had a little bit of longer hair. That would have been the time that Marvel and DC were crossing over.
I mean, Superman had a pretty epic mullet.
I mean,
Well, he
like when
came
he-
with blonde hair. He
when I
dies.
think about the
he's gonna-
death and return. When you think about the death and return of Superman, beat 'em up. It kind of made me think that they were just trying to do what they did for what Konami did for Batman with Batman Returns, because Batman Returns for Super Nintendo, to me, is like the definitive Batman beat 'em up. I don't think it gets any better than Batman Returns on Super Nintendo, but it's different because that's Batman, and Superman. You're kind of like, well, it's best to play that game with all the cheat codes enabled so that Superman
It's more realistic.
is
It's-
invulnerable. Yeah, because
Besides the arcade Superman, that's probably the best Superman game. I mean, I hate to say it, but
you're right. You're right.
Probably is, yeah.
I mean, I love it. I'm amazed that video game got made. The Death and
it's
Return.
and it's a lot to if you want to buy that. Yeah, it's probably $100.
The Death and Return of Superman for which console?
Anything.
Is
Super
it
Nintendo.
really?
Anything. Just get it. Just get a reproduction version off of AliExpress, complete in box. It looks identical to the original. You won't be able to tell the difference.
Oh,
So
can you do that for Sega too?
probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you
Yeah.
can.
You think the
they
Game
make-
Genie codes could work for that if it was a
Yeah,
Well, I
course.
might do it because you can't do it on the Bobby Sarah. That's the only way I could beat that game is if I put some kind of invincibility because I'm not going to get through it. Well, it's a tough game. I'm not going to lie about it.
I forget what the code was. I used what did I use for the?
I don't want to overheat
I
it.
did
Say it.
the
on
code-
the
I did the
free-
Yeah.
code through- I did the code through emulation where I did the code through emulation. You can do it through. I think you can put the code in through RetroArch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I play a lot of games through emulation. I know a lot of the old cheat codes and stuff. They do work for. I remember doing it on Contra and games like that, but I've never actually tried to
Yeah, there's a cheat
use a
code for
Game
that.
Genie, a physical Game Genie on a reproduction game. I don't know if that actually works or not. I can't imagine that it wouldn't.
That'll
so
work. It definitely does.
I would
Yeah.
have to think that it would, right? Because all you're really doing with that Game Genie is you're basically hacking the game at that point, right?
I mean, it's the same if you've got like EverDrives if you've got like EverDrives or flash carts for Super Nintendo or any of those other systems, once Mike, because once you flash the game to the cart becomes the game becomes that cart,
Right.
And you essentially you can do whatever you want.
So I guess it
functions
would
the
work.
same.
hmm
Yeah.
It's just not official, as I guess you could say. So that's why you could buy them online for $15 as opposed to $500 for some of these other cartridge games.
I'm going to turn this on just for a second. Just
You're hexing your pinball, Phil.
crying out loud.
It probably broke. I just missed that already.
We're going to turn it
Don't
on for
jinx
10
it.
minutes.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see
Run
it
into
light
that-
up.
Run that sucker.
Good morning, Jay.
There we go. That looks better with the marquee.
Wow, it looks a lot further away than.
Yeah, it does.
but it's very clear though. It looks really
Yeah, oh, yeah,
good.
it
I
does.
wish I could leave that marquee
It
on. I
looks
mean,
so far away.
it looks great. I think the volume's jacked, so I might have to get back up.
That's okay.
But you see, it's weird because it takes so long for the screen. Like you think it's broken.
That's the way they fire up. Yep. So I got a couple bad games still and a couple good games. What do we want to look at next? A bad one or a good one? The
Let's
bad ones are
go-
more fun to make fun of, but
I'll pull up a good one.
all right. Well, Zod, you had mentioned Batman Returns, the
That's
beat 'em
my,
up Batman
that's
Returns.
my favorite.
I love
is
that
my
game,
all-time
too.
I have a
favorite
lot of
Yep.
Batman games under the good games category because they seem to be able to do it right with most of the Batman. We do have a bad one that I want to show in a
You
little
guys hear
bit.
that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
It's good they make volume control for those.
So here we are. This is
33 years later.
the story, I guess, what with Oswald Cobblepot's parents throwing him in the sewer, and
I mean, one of the greatest things about this game was the music. How they
Mhm.
were able to port over the Danny Elfman score from this movie for
Yeah.
Super Nintendo was incredible with that Super Nintendo chip. I mean, wow, good stuff.
Man, what an
I mean, like,
ugly
look at that
penguin.
image even.
Yeah, right.
Man,
I mean,
how
they
he
nailed
looked
it.
in the
They nailed it
movie.
with
no
him.
wonder Paul Rubens dumped him off at the bridge.
That was him. That's right. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you guys!
Get him the hell out of here.
This and that very similar, Zod, to the Shadow beat 'em up. You know, like,
yeah. This is, you could tell the Shadow beat 'em up kind of took a lot of inspiration from this game, and this game was so much fun. I think Konami knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean, music's good so far. The images look great. Like, look at that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Damien, you're right. I got my copy. I bought a copy off of eBay for about $25, and then I bought a plastic case.
for the time.
for-
What are we talking? 92 here, 94. This is
92.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
For
you had a
to be able to play
yeah,
at your house,
completed
right?
mock copy. That's awesome. Mine is
This kid's running.
mine's complete,
Yeah.
but I bought a reproduction plastic case for Batman Returns to keep it nice. On the
This makes
shelf.
me want to play this.
I know.
So fun. This is one of those ones that you got to have in your Super Nintendo collection.
Oh yeah.
Just think, if they would have had Robin in this movie, we could have had a 2-player.
Yeah, it's true.
Robin was
Yeah,
supposed
well, it's
to
funny
be
you
in
bring
this.
that up.
I know.
I know. I have a trivia question about that.
I think
Later
I
on.
still got the Robin action figure somewhere that was actually made for Batman Returns.
And that was
How he
we
looks
can't say
together.
anything because it's a trivia question. I'm already paranoid about this.
Oh man. Arcade one up,
But
raising your blood pressure every day.
Jesse and Mike have had.
Here's the thing, if they were to put out, guys, if they were to put out this version of the game and as an arcade cabinet, wouldn't that be cool? Like the Batman Returns arcade cabinet from Konami with this game. Wow.
Yes. If I can get a Batman themed cabinet, I'm all over it.
There was something else.
There's a
I
boss
just
fight.
had it in my head. There was something that they could do that was. Well, who made the Batman the arcade?
Didn't Raw Thrills make that?
No.
No, that's.
Well,
I think that's the Batmobile one.
Oh, that's Batman. Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Batmobile one. You're I think it was
Oh shoot, it's
wasn't
Atari.
it?
Yes.
Atari.
Yes, well. Atari. So
From
You think-
1990.
you think they could do an Atari? Not really in love with that game, but it'd be fun to have. I mean, it'd be a Batman arcade cabinet.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
I'd get it. I'd get it day one, 100%. That'd be the one up, man, where you would actually see me do a review of that sucker. I'd be like, this is Batman.
Sunsoft.
Same with Pit. Well, Sunsoft did the NES,
NES, Super NES,
which the NES game was awesome.
Sega.
Which I also have that.
So
Shoot
Johnny
it up.
Blaze, are you in Hawaii right now? You said it was 4 a.m. 4:30 now in
Wait
Hawaii.
till day 3. Oh, you did, MG. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, it sounded like Johnny was checking in from Hawaii, huh?
Hey, Brooklyn.
What's up, Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn's the only guy I know in the home arcade
Yeah.
community
Morning, Brooklyn.
that is excited about the
Just arrived.
the virtual time capsule, arcade time capsule, as I am with all those arcades, because he's probably one of the few like me that actually has access to it through the headset. So
I'm going to look up something for MG here.
oh, an Action Man SNES game,
Something like that.
Action Man, dripping in speedos.
It's okay. So it's Action Man Operation Extreme for PS1.
Oh
Extreme.
my god, I can't believe
I've been
they
telling
actually
him
made
for
a game.
weeks since I goofed so hard on Action Man and I destroyed his childhood that I would redeem it. So maybe this could be part of it. Even this doesn't really. Oh, I don't know. Are they really superheroes?
It's irredeemable.
So we'll check it out. And if this, Better not be some sort of joke. It's like Fast and Furious.
It's pornographic. You better be careful. This is YouTube.
Yeah.
This is
How do we get
YouTube,
that out of a
guys.
car?
Ah,
Yeah. Jeez.
all right. There we
Action
go.
Man.
The slow walk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that could be Jesse back in the 90s, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously. He's headed out to pick up his hammer pants.
Yeah. It looked like the outfit.
No, and then there's the PlayStation with a 20-minute load screen.
That actually looks
Well, at least
pretty
he's got a
cool.
hands-free way to
That's
call
actually a cool
somebody. You know,
shot.
it's
Good artwork.
Action Man.
oh my
Professor
god.
Oh, yeah.
Gangren's
There
forces,
we go.
led by his
I never
assistant,
knew this
Toxic,
game
are
existed.
attacking
Just give
targets
us
throughout the city.
that
They are
voice.
stealing laboratory equipment.
Although at the time I wasn't
Causing
really
further damage.
into PlayStation yet. I was N64.
We're cloning that voice for next week's show. Action Man.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, it's like Grand Theft Auto.
The original Grand
top
Theft
down.
Autos.
Yeah. The first two. Where they look like Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Spider-Man animated series theme from the 2000s. The music.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Spider-Man.
Okay, so this game doesn't look too bad.
No.
I mean, I'm assuming there's more to it than this, right?
Yeah. It's
Sniper
action.
alert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Narrator sounds hot.
Okay, so you have some.
Jesse's on
I mean,
a
I can see this being
rampage.
fun.
They kidnapped his girlfriend Lisa, and now Jesse is out for revenge.
Yeah.
I
I did have a
can't believe I've
girlfriend
never
named
heard of
Lisa, by the
this.
way.
Yeah, neither have I.
I did too.
Good
at one
call.
point.
Good call, Zod.
Oh God, Jesse, I feel like we were kindred spirits, man.
I
Reminds
know,
me
I
of the
swear.
original Metal
I
Gear.
It's God, it's uncanny.
Look at this.
We're
Well, there you
twinning.
go.
Oh man.
Jeez. It's just not the same without Jesse, guys. Like he.
It's not. I know. It's
Yeah.
not.
That's what I was saying every week. That's why I kept making
Oh,
jokes about
stop
him
it,
I
dying
stop
turned
it.
on. I powered up
What are we
the
gonna do?
computer at about 16 minutes before 9, and I'm like, I hope Jesse's. I saw him like, yes.
Well, I was actually going to say, if Jesse's not going to be there this week, I ain't coming. All right, because
You guys are too nice. Spend an hour with me and you'll be throwing me out the door.
Jesse is the show. Hey, Jesse is the show. Without Jesse, there is no nostalgia power. This
No.
is a. This
That's
is a,
right. I
Yep.
am nostalgia, all right.
Yep.
a cohesive unit right here. This team.
Thank you, Ralphie. I appreciate that.
Well, there you go, MG. That we hopefully did a little redemption to Action Man. I don't
think
know
it
what.
was a huge redemption from.
Yeah, I don't know what
the
that
action
other
figures.
thing was. It was
Yeah.
must have been something different. I don't know. But no, that seemed like a pretty decent game. I don't ever remember hearing about it or seeing it.
No.
But it would have been fun back in the day.
I definitely want to get it for emulation now, MG.
Good morning.
Just to
Morning,
play around
Leo.
with it.
Yeah, it's cool that you have the
20 minutes.
driving parts of the game, and then you have the inside the what would you call that? A first person shooter, but not really a third person.
the Jesse parts of the game.
No, he still sucks.
Yeah.
Well, we're about half hour in. Do you want to check out another game, or do you want to head to a quick break and then come back with a couple more?
Thanks,
Let's head
Mike.
to
I missed
commercial
you
and
guys
come
too.
back.
Yeah, let's get the sponsors taken care of.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll
Pay some bills.
yep. All right. We'll be back in a few.
After the message, we'll be right back. It's Marvel Comics' Amazing Spider-Man like you've never seen him before in 4 action-packed video games. Spider-Man comes to the NES in Revenge of the Sinister Six. Dr. Octopus has assembled Electro, Mysterio, Hobgoblin, and more. Only you can disarm his evil plan to rule the world. For portable web-swinging action, it's Spider-Man 2 for Game Boy and Spider-Man for Game Gear. You'll need your spider sense when you take on supervillains Venom and Carnage. Get ready as Marvel Comics Dream Team bursts onto Super Nintendo in Spider-Man and the X-Men in Arcade's Revenge. It'll take all your mutant powers, Spidey's webs, Wolverine's adamantium claws, Cyclops' optic blasts, Storm's lightning, and Gambit's exploding cards to foil Arcade's diabolical plot. Marvel Comics Amazing Spider-Man on NES, Game Boy, Game Gear, and now Super Nintendo. If this is too much action for you, take it up with this guy.
He's big. He's mean.
The Incredible Hulk.
For your Sega Genesis, Game Gear, or Super NES system.
Magneto has arrived. Only in X-Men 2 for Sega Genesis. Now 2 can play the most mutant heroes. And Magneto. Marvel's X-Men 2 for Sega Genesis. Hardware and game cartridge, each sold separately.
I'm so excited to do this promo, guys. You are watching Nostalgia Power featuring the bad guy Mike Worley, Jester Tester, Zod Writer, and my absolute favorite documentary filmmaker, PD7. I'm getting hot with FOMO for that Tron cabinet. $6.99, be damned, yes.
Back to the show.
Wow, Mila Kunis.
Yeah. So next time you talk to her, maybe slip her my phone number, would you?
All right, man.
Ooh. I didn't know she was from Russia. I just found that out not long ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She was
Ukraine or something
14
like that.
when the 70s
Russian,
show started.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and I'm pretty sure like Ashton Kutcher was like 18 or something, or maybe even older than that at the time. And you know, they were a couple; they were together when that show was being filmed.
Well, you know, hey, she
Crazy.
wants the Tron cabinet now because of you, PD7.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking cab.
You did it, Phil.
She's a good-looking chick.
She's got promos there.
So I got a couple more games here. I got 2 crap ones and 3 good ones.
Yeah, let's crap on one.
Yeah,
Crap on one.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that.
Crap on one, and we're gonna crap on 5
So
more
I said
next
about
week.
Batman games how they're all good. Well, this is one that couldn't live up to the rest of them. And I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but it's Batman Forever.
I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah,
Oh God.
where they
Oh,
tried
God.
to do the
Mortal Kombat kind of.
yes,
Yeah.
Arcade is the exact same.
This-
Like there's an actual arcade, Batman Forever.
You need an ad
Ugh.
blocker there, bro.
I know. I had YouTube Premium, and I was like, "Why am I paying for this?"
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
like, look at this.
the
I
ad
just played
blocker
this not long
actually
ago.
works better
Did
than
you?
YouTube
Did
Premium.
Yeah.
you finish it, Jesse?
No, no, I couldn't.
Oh, this is so lame. It makes
Yeah.
it almost looks like stop motion animation.
This came out in 95, I think.
But the music's
It's like-
not even good. Yeah, it did.
but
No.
What's weird is that they technically could have did if
Hold
Konami
on.
would have had the rights.
on,
They could
yeah.
have did. If you think about the kind of beat 'em up it would have been if Konami would have had the rights to do this after Batman Returns, it would have been fantastic.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like I've never seen that in a load screen before. Hold on.
But this is what happens when you let Acclaim do anything. It's just
Yeah.
Like, oh, Mortal Kombat. Everybody loves that.
Well, let's face it. How good could it be? It kind of goes right off the movie, doesn't it? Batman Forever, the movie wasn't all that
Yeah.
great either.
Look,
I
Batman's
know,
beating
but
up.
I've argued that superhero movies are all like we're not supposed to take it so seriously.
I don't know, Jesse.
We're supposed to have fun with it.
Allegedly, we're gonna get that Schumacher cut of Batman Forever, and it's gonna make us change our minds about the movie.
Yeah.
Are we really getting that cut?
Allegedly,
More bat nipples? Yeah.
Eventually, I don't know.
Well,
Great.
hey, Gallagher guy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. That's supposed to be Jim Carrey. Hunchback. I always thought those were like generic Riddler.
Well, what's nice about this is you can play Robin too. You can do a two-player.
Yeah, you can.
Like it does have that going for it. Like,
I mean, the character sprites look really good. I give them that, but
yeah, but it's the gameplay that just
That's
sucks.
Yeah,
atrocious.
it's just
Like on another level.
if we could play this online, Zero, I'd be up for it. You and me.
Let's do it. Let's do it on Fightcade. I bet
Oh,
you we can
God.
do it on Fightcade.
yeah, the music just
The music's horrible.
that music.
Like, what is that?
Somebody got their organ,
I don't know.
got their organ and said, "Hey, let me do the music. I got this, guys."
Yeah.
And that's why the guy's not working now. He never got another job making music for video games again. Now
like,
he's
yeah,
now
like a
he's-
little Casio keyboard and just
now he's
mashing
doing
buttons.
now this guy is doing tax audits for a living.
I mean, it's a stark comparison from Elfman's theme to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I used to make music for video games with my organ, and they fired me after Batman Forever. It's like, God, yeah, nobody.
So
nobody's
there's a bad
listening.
Batman game.
Yeah.
That was a bad one. Yeah.
Well, while if I could talk, we're on Batman. I do have. This might be
Ooh,
the
that's-
last Batmobile I can find. Like the Target I go to only had this one left. There was a Batman 66 there.
That's the '89 Batmobile, right?
It is. It's got
With a
got
new
some
paint
orange trim
Ooh,
on
yeah.
there. You can see the lines
Yeah, it's got racing.
and the
stripes.
rims.
Looks pretty
Gorgeous.
dope. Nice.
It's a good one.
That's another
Say-
car I could see Jesse driving around in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Gamer Fridge.
Hey, good morning, Gamer Fridge.
And Spirits won the Batman and Robin, so the George Clooney Batmobile last week. I just shipped it out. I got a trivia question for this.
Here we go.
Since we're on Batman, what?
Do you want to do the trivia right now?
Yeah, let's just throw it
All
out
right.
there.
Hold on, wait. I owe you a.
It kind of came out of nowhere with that one, but I just thought it'd be
That's all
good
right.
timing.
So we got to
We have
do.
the Batmobile.
Yeah, switch to your at PD7 Lucky's gym and
Movie.
And this should be an easy one, guys. So, what movie is there a line? We got to get the movie right. Why is Bruce
One
Wayne
second.
dressed up like Batman?
That's easy. Come
I
on.
love the answer for this one. It's like you could use this answer with
Yep.
which one though? The answer is why is Bruce Wayne dressed up like Batman? Michelle Pfeiffer. Because he is Batman,
He
you
is
moron.
are you asking what movie that was from?
Yep. And your brother got it. Batman
got it.
Returns.
Batman Returns. Yep.
Good
That's
job,
right.
MJ87.
Bruce Wayne. Why the hell you dressed up like Batman? He is Batman, you moron.
Yeah.
Great answer. Just Mike, send me your brother's address and I'll
Okay.
ship it. Congratulations.
Well, while we're doing it, I might as well get mine out of the way too, right? So we have one of these little My Arcades. This one here has 300
Wow.
games built into it.
Can I just add one thing? Like, where's Mike getting
Sure.
all of this stuff from every week?
Where does
This
he
is
get
crazy.
these wonderful toys.
Yeah.
No, when I hit 500 subs way back when, I bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I was going to do like one big giveaway, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just rather just spread it out, like do one item per show. I think I got like 2 or 3 more things, and yeah, I had a whole bunch of stuff that just for appreciation.
Wow, this is a good
Yeah.
one, man.
This thing has 300 games on it. It looks like for various consoles. But yeah, so this goes back to Batman Returns, Robin, that there was a rumor that Robin was going to be in that movie. And actually, I read that there were actually scenes filmed with Robin
Wow.
for that movie that just never made the final cut. So who was the actor that was going to play Robin in Batman Returns?
Oh, that's a good.
That's a good one. And just to add to that, rumor has it we were going to get a Two-Face in that too.
Yeah, and that was going to be
Billy D.
Williams was going to be Two-Face. Yeah, the actor is Marlon Wayans.
Man,
That's right.
Staying Spirits
Surprising.
is on
I was very
fire.
surprised to learn that.
Gal Gadot 88
Well,
was
if
close.
you read,
Yeah,
read
that would have
the-
been good.
if you read the current Batman 89 comic
Which
series,
I
currently
do,
being published by DC,
Yes,
you will
that's
see
an
what
awesome
what
comic.
that version,
Awesome
what
comic.
that version of Robin is supposed to look like, and Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. It's
Yes.
all in there.
Yeah, it really is.
Andy's game room, Christopher Walken.
He
I want a Christopher Walken GPS. Like that would be awesome. Think about like turn left at the next
turn
That'd be the
left.
best
yeah, you
voice.
dummy. Yep. So congratulations, Saying. I'm pretty sure I have your information somewhere, or Phil does, or something.
Yeah, I'll send. You know what? You send me MJ87s, and I'll send you.
All right,
Saiyan
we'll do.
Spirits.
Yeah, we'll give you. We'll trade them off after the stream. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
so
gotta
that was
do
a
a-
fantastic. That's a fantastic comic series. If any of you guys have never knew about it, it's what it takes place right after the events of Batman Returns, right?
And
George?
the fact that, well, sorry to cut you off, but
That's okay.
but Robin Williams was going to be the Riddler.
That's true.
Which would have been a slam dunk, which I think they were stupid for not doing. Yeah, Tim Burton should have got his third. Should have got his third Batman.
Yeah, he should have. I mean, I liked Batman Forever as a kid, but it didn't age well.
It would have. I don't know. Like I said, I want to see the Schumacher cut because I do have a copy of the original script and the Schumacher cut. If we get to see it,
Wait, what do you mean the Schumacher cut?
the actual director's cut of Batman Forever?
Yeah.
What
Oh.
Joel Schumacher
Forever.
intended for the movie?
Oh,
Not-
so
not-
the movie that
not
we
the-
got wasn't what he originally had planned.
No,
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's
no.
30. I think it's 30 minutes more of just bat nipples.
And back credit cards.
Well,
I
that
think
would
so,
be
yeah.
well. That would be if it was. That would be
my
that would
gosh.
be Batman and Robin. That would be Batman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Batman and
yeah,
Robin.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Apparently-
Yeah, that
apparently-
it just got really absurd with that one.
apparently, Batman and Robin, the director's cut of Batman and Robin, has a lot of chaps and nipples and just
Even as a kid, I didn't like
you know,
Batman and Robin. I mean, I knew what I was watching.
full frontal male nudity and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, you're right, Zero. The other two, they're just too cringy. It's the Batman 89, Batman Returns, or
It's
we
the movie to just have on in the background, just kind of like lose reality and just
lose yourself.
watch a movie.
Yeah.
You know, we're too critical.
Well,
on
you're,
this
you're not
stuff.
you're not even watching. You're not even really watching it. You're doing like 10 other things while it's on. It's just basically that's the kind of movie that's just basically Batman, like background noise.
Yeah.
Just like Batman and Robin. You know how I like to watch Batman and Robin? I like watching Batman and Robin with Joel Schumacher's commentary, where he spends 90% of the commentary apologizing for Batman and Robin.
Oh my gosh.
Like to me, that
Hey,
is the greatest
So
commentary.
to
of all
this
time.
day, apparently, if you go up to George Clooney, if you ever see him in public and you mention that movie, he'll pay you $5 for your money back that you spent on the ticket.
Really? He said
That's
that?
what I've heard. Yeah, that George Clooney has said that if you go up to him, he'll give you $5 for the ticket.
I think it's
The
still
money
a
that you
fun-
wasted.
It was still a fun.
Oh, I
think
mean,
back.
like I said, it was a
Uma
Batman
Thurman and-
movie. Yeah,
Come on,
Arnold was Mr.
Schwarzenegger.
Freeze. I mean, they had all the a lot of big actors in the movie.
I mean,
lot of big
how
names.
do you cast Mr. Freeze and not cast Patrick Stewart? That's all I'm saying. Like, how do you not go?
Maybe
that
he looked at the
route?
script and
Make
said,
it-
"Absolutely not."
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Because they all wanted
Make it serious.
big actors to play these roles, just like Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. Like they just kept building off of that.
They tried to
Tommy Lee
run
Jones
off
was
star
in
power.
everything at the time.
He was.
I mean, that's why. But I mean, I think it was sacrilegious for them to
right.
recast.
Did you ever see the
Yeah,
interview with
yeah,
Jim
Two-Face.
Carrey about that? That's saying that
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones
Yes.
absolutely hated working with him on
Yes.
Batman. He's like,
He,
I think
he
the exact
literally
quote-
he said to him,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't condone your buffoonery.
yeah, your buffoonery. That's right. He absolutely hated Jim Carrey, and I could see that.
That's an awesome line, though.
It is. I cannot
I don't
condone
condone
your
your
buffoonery.
buffoonery.
I can just see,
I love it.
I can see you saying that to some scumbag, like, you know.
Yeah.
Ralphie is not holding back here.
It's the worst Batman movie ever.
You know, I think they concern themselves more on toy sales than that movie. You know, they were worried more about pushing
There was a
toys.
hell of a
The
lot of
interesting
toys.
thing about Batman and Robin is, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, but Lionel Luthor from Smallville. He's the crazy scientist guy. Glover. Cannot think of his first name.
The crazy scientist guy in
He's Lex Luthor's dad in Smallville.
Oh,
is it John Glover? Is that his name?
John Glover. Yeah,
John Glover.
Scumbag.
It's crazy that it's cool seeing actors. I'm right on par here. It's cool seeing actors in previous DC movies that end up on shows the same way with Lana Lane from Superman 3.
He played Dr. Jeremiah Arkham.
Yes. And he was Lex Luthor's dad, Lionel Luthor, which actually one of the best characters in that series. He was so over the top.
Yeah, it's just a shame that he turned out to be a scumbag.
Oh man, I just clicked off it.
Danny Glover.
We got 3 out so far. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Danny Glover.
Now you start talking about Batman Forever and Batman Return, or Batman and Robin and
Mm-hmm.
crappy stuff. Yeah, the scumbag gets thrown around. 5 days from retirement.
I'm getting too old for this.
That's what Kelly says every time she walks into your living room, Phil.
Oh man. I warned her yesterday morning. I said,
You warned.
well, I said, hey, are we doing Culver's tonight? She's like, probably. And I go, well, okay, I'm streaming Turtles, so it's gonna be quick. I promise. We can get dinner and still be back in time.
And she just looked
small.
at you,
You serious, Clark?
Scandal MG. It was Allison Mack, who was Chloe Sullivan, I believe, in the show.
Divorce.
MG.
Some bad stuff.
oh God.
I can see that video
Oh
in
my
my head.
gosh.
In fact, I'd love to do that.
I'd be standing there with Mr. Fox.
for the
Today's
AI
video.
Hallmark Chronicles.
Oh man.
I don't want to. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna pile on. I'm not gonna jump on a pile.
He'll be like, well, guys, I finally did it. Finally got that one cab too many, and Kelly had enough. Oh God.
It's all good, MG. We're buddies, man.
We can handle a little bit of ribbing on this show. We
Yeah,
can
even though,
handle
you
it.
know, there's some people who
We,
can't say it is
and,
what it
and
is,
Mike,
right?
Mike Hawk, she doesn't see everything.
It's better that way.
Guys, I mean, literally, there's 3 new in this room. I don't know if she
Can't tell the difference between.
I don't think she can. I mean, there's just so much stuff. Like
That's when
like
you know
walking-
you're safe, right?
It's like walking into a room looking at like
it's
looking
Dragon
at
Slayer.
a bunch of stuff that you don't really. If you're not interested in it, you're not looking at details.
Right.
You
Do
know?
you just have something shipped to work and just sneak it in the middle of the night, or do you take the chance of having it delivered at
to
home?
work. That's funny.
When it shows up at the front door and sitting there, it's you can't.
Right.
The cat's out of the bag at that point, right?
But a superhero arcade would be cool if they did a Batman or a Superman like that.
Oh yeah.
I'd even take what's the Mortal Kombat DC Injustice.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
might-
might as well. I love that game, especially.
I might
the
actually
first
settle for that. Like that'd be okay. It's a Raw Thrills, right? I think that's Possibly.
I wish they would do that instead of whatever Ninja Turtles one that Michael B thinks that they're going to.
Oh yeah, that.
Well, thanks for stealing my theory, Michael B, and making videos out of which are 300,000 manufactured views, scumbag.
No, they better not. I don't want to see. Come on, did anybody even care about that new version of Ninja Turtles? I mean,
I do if it's online. If we can play it online, Mike, why not?
but would you buy a dedicated? I don't know if I would buy a dedicated cabinet. Now, if it's a throw-in game, or if you have the other ones on there with it.
Like B's onto something. It's easy.
Shout out to Kongs are Russ. All I gotta say, Kong, is you had
Yeah.
you had me convinced that get to buy Time Crisis and get that control deck. But I just got one question for you. Why keep the buy stuff Pandora box to lose the marquee title of Arcade Time Crisis? Just go with a mini PC with a coin ops build or something. It's about the same price. You can get a halfway decent mini PC for about the same price of that buy stuff a Pandora box, and you could plug that in and you could still use the shooter kit, and you wouldn't have to sacrifice the Time Crisis arcade port for your cabinet. That's the only thing that I would worry about with that, because you don't want to lose the marquee title, for anything. Like with Terminator 2. That's why, Phil, when you did yours with the buy stuff mod with Terminator 2, you were not sacrificing the marquee title. The arcade version is on there. And
right. I get what you're saying now. Right. You're getting the PlayStation 1 Time Crisis.
Right.
And
that's what I'm saying. As long as you're not losing the marquee title, I wouldn't see. And I don't have anything against the Time Crisis, the PlayStation port of Time Crisis, but it's not the same as the arcade.
It's not. I think it's the thrill of getting Area 51 and Lethal Enforcers, that kind of thing. I think that's the appeal.
But the point I'm making is that you could get a mini PC with a Batacera or a coin op build on, and you could put it in there, and you could it wouldn't even be as expensive. You could probably get that, and you could put that in and do the same thing. You could do the same exact mod, even with the guns. And
what about a plug and play option though? Like that for me, I want to plug in. Like I don't want to do it. I just want to be able to just plug it in.
I'm a plug and play kind of guy too.
That's why the plug and play thing. Like I'm questioning it too. Like when Kong was asking, he's like, I don't know why they don't have the arcade version of Time Crisis on here. And I was questioning that too. I'm thinking, well, yeah, you can if you can run House of the Dead. If you can run House of the Dead 2 on there, you should be able to run Time Crisis.
And Kabi is saying he's got the whole shooter. Like Bobby Vu made that complete shooting cabinet for him. It's what's the theming on that one? Point blank cabinet.
Yeah, the point.
He's got it all. Like I see what he's saying, and that's the thing with me with T2 is I have the mod on there. Time Crisis is left for stock.
And what I love and see, that's how I think you did it right, Phil. See, if I was gonna get a shooter cabinet right now, I would get T2 for a plug and play option. I would get T2. It would be cheaper to get T2, get the buy stuff mod.
Definitely.
I would get the full control deck, because I would want to take advantage of all those other games that are on there as well. And then of course you'd get the monitor, the monitor upgrade. And ultimately, I bet you it would still be cheaper than Time Crisis.
Depending on what you pay for T2. That's the thing, because now
I mean, you could get I'm saying if you could get T2 for $300, from whether you get it used or you find it used somewhere.
Hey, chaotic.
If you could get T2 for $300
on Marketplace, yes,
did it for science.
Yeah. You could turn around and get all the other. You can turn around and get all the stuff. But I mean, I love it though. Kongs R Us had that awesome had those awesome tutorials. I was literally sitting there thinking, man, you could get that deck and you could get it with 6 buttons and you could play all those games.
I know it makes you
That
want
would be cool. That'd be cool. But I would do it for T2. I wouldn't do it for Time Crisis only because I would feel funny unless I went with a
And while we're talking T2, Quarterdeck is in the chat, and if you haven't seen his mod yet, he switched his over to Space Invaders. So, and that's with the 19-inch screen. Check out B's Time Crisis. I couldn't think of it. Time Crisis and Quarterdeck's T2.
He's and you're right. You're right. Russ. I mean, it is the most beautiful.
And that's funny because those early images of that cabinet were so atrocious and everybody made fun of them.
Yeah, it was
so bad.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they
I would get it. I would want it stock though. I think I'd want to keep Time Crisis stock if I paid all that money though, because Time Crisis is like, it looks beautiful and you don't have to do anything, especially if you still want to be able to play the arcade ROM. It's right there.
Yep.
So just get Terminator 2 if you want to do all that modding stuff.
And this is pretty much what this is going to look at. Chaotic is saying 233 for retro, 509 19-inch upgrade with the selector deck. So that's the 2-player deck, right, Brian? Is that what the 6 buttons?
Is that the deck that's got the 6 buttons? Oh God, that's beautiful.
Then you can play everything because I can't with the 1 player.
I might do it by the summertime. I might do that. I'm gonna get if I can get T2 cheap enough, I might go that route.
And the beauty thing is you could probably do it with any cabinet you have, as long as you can drop that control deck in there. Like you don't have to have, because you're not going to use the T2 guns or the Time Crisis guns anyways.
Right, you're going to use
if you have an old legacy cabinet, I'm sure it works.
You're going to use the retro shooter,
right?
Now, I might do this. I might do that mod with the iArcade, to tell you the truth.
Okay, so Chaotic ordered the same. See, it's a space thing that
they wouldn't let you get it with 6 buttons. They wouldn't let you get the 1 player with 6 buttons, Phil.
No, because the whole thing is just mounting the guns on the side. I wanted to drop them in on the top because the arcade are so close to each other. Like you have to have the space to put those guns on the side of the cab. Jesse,
I'm reading the chat. So.
Yeah. So like if you took but if you you wouldn't have enough
too much
space.
Arcade talk.
You wouldn't have enough space if you got 6. You wouldn't have enough space if you got 6 buttons.
No. If you have, I have a door that opens up into that, so it would hit the gun. Okay, that's how close the arcade is to the doorway.
No,
and then I believe
the doorway, Phil.
I believe it's Fast and Furious is right next to T2.
It's in the doorway. It's like, well, that's the wrong place for it.
Serge, that's my favorite. I got to go back there. That is my favorite retro store we have. I think it's the best in town.
It's mounted on the mounted to the bathroom door.
Makes sense. Is the best one.
We're an arcade. No, we're a sports channel. MG.
Yeah, well, yeah. Mike is going through an identity crisis with his channel.
Apparently, I'm just all over the
algorithm doesn't know what to make of mine.
I'm just trying to get my foot in the door of everything. We'll be doing baking later today.
He's got a foodie coming up tonight.
Yeah.
Mike's going to McDonald's. He's going to try the chicken nuggets.
Phil's going to start doing food reviews.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Phil's going to start doing food reviews, and I'm going to start reviewing arcade cabinets. What is this world coming to?
Dogs and cats living together.
What movie is that from? Dogs and cats living together.
Mass Hysteria.
Got me on that one.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my favorite movies of all time, Ghostbusters. Yeah, that's true, MG. I can't even claim that I could cook.
And I think Chaotic, that's the best Superman game.
Yeah, yeah.
Superman the arcade.
Yeah, we went over quite a few Superman games over the last 2 weeks, and I don't think any one of them has been any good at all. Well, the beat 'em up was okay. That was it. But the Dead East Superman, that's probably the best one out of all of them.
So are we going to continue talking about this stuff next week? more superhero games?
I don't know if we got it. Do we get enough of it going? I mean, I don't know. There's tons of them out there, but or do we move on to something else? 2 weeks is probably enough, right?
I don't know. We can go into the 2000s and go into the Arkham series. That was
yeah.
good.
Well, yeah.
There
I
was
mean
a
that
Superman Xbox game and a Batman that they're just really hard to play. Like there was some good games when that first Xbox 360 came out.
Well, there
Plus
was
the Justice
a
League.
Batman. There was a Batman the animated series beat 'em up. There was Rise of Sun Tzu
Well, that was my favorite one. That was my favorite Batman.
for PlayStation 2, and you could play as Batman, Robin,
Wasn't that on the Game Boy also?
Batgirl. Yeah.
They had that for Game Boy too.
Did they?
The animated series, yeah,
Yeah,
93.
it was one of my favorite Batman games. Was The Adventures of Batman and Robin for the Super Nintendo.
I almost got that for Sega.
Yeah, it looks just like the cartoon show. Actually, I was going to queue it up, but we're running over an hour already.
Ooh, maybe I'll have to do a March Madness next week.
Yeah, something like that. Sorry. Yeah, March Madness. That's we were kind of talking about that last night. I don't know if the conference tournaments are just wrapping up this weekend or what, but yeah, the NCAA tournaments should be starting any minute now. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done something like that. We'll probably have to do something like that again. I got an idea, a couple ideas. We'll throw them around for something along those lines, like some sort of a ranking system or a tier list or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be
for something. I do have a couple. We'll talk about it. But I mean, yeah, we're over an hour. I know we got some stuff that we need to do today. So you guys feel pretty good? I mean, you want to wrap this thing up?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Thank you for getting up and hanging out. And who do we owe prizes to? MJ87 Insane Spirits. Okay, we'll take care of that, Phil.
Got the Batmobile heading your way.
Yep, and the My Arcade 301 little mini arcade thing. And don't sleep on the My Arcade. They're actually pretty cool. I own a couple of them. All right, guys.
Blackjack. We'll see.
Appreciate everybody for hanging out. And
yeah, thanks, guys.
Phil, you're streaming tonight, right?
Oh yeah, let's play some Simpsons.
Phil streaming Simpsons. Zod, you have anything going on
And
tonight?
I hope Damien picked that up. I don't know if you made it or not.
Yeah, no streams tonight. I got some streams coming up next week. But yeah, if I'm around, I'll definitely check out your Simpsons stream tonight.
We'll have a good time today, man. It sounds like you got a fun time planned.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, everybody.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you, and we'll see you next weekend.
See ya.
See you guys.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.